Hello everyone, this is Divesh Goyal, practicing company secretary from Delhi. Today in this video, we are going to discuss a very important provision regarding the corporate social law responsibility. As we know, Ministry have made the amendment in CSR provision by Companies Amendment Act 2020 and by CSR Amendment Rules 2021 with effect on 22nd January 2021. These new rules and the amendment in CSR provision has been notified from the 22nd January 2021. So from the 22nd January, this provision has been notified. According to that, there is a one question: if a company having a net profit turnover net worth below the limit as mentioned under section 135 subsection 1, what are the compliances on that company? This is our question for today's video. So let's take an example. For the financial year ended 31st March 2019, company was having profit more than 5 crore. So as we know, as per section 135, if a company having profit more than 5 crore, net worth more than 500 crore, turnover more than 1000 crore in immediate preceding financial year, then the provision of the CSR applicable on that company. So as on 31st March 2019, company closed the limit. So definitely for the financial year 1920, CSR provision shall be applicable on the such companies. Then on 31st March 2020, the profit net worth turnover reduced below the limit mentioned under section 135. In such case, what shall be the course of action for company? So let's just read the language of section. Every company having net worth of rupees 500 crore more, turnover of rupees 1000 crore or more, net profit of 5 crore or more, during the immediate preceding financial year shall constitute a CSR committee and provision of CSR will applicable on companies. So in the question I am saying, as on 31st March 2020, I fall below all these limits. Then what are the consequences on financial year 2020-21? Question number 1. Whether company have to spend 2% of average net profit in 2020-21. Whether company have to continue with the CSR policy, CSR committee in 2020-21 or not. For answer of this question, let's read the subsection 5. The board of every company referred in subsection 1. Subsection 1 is talking about net profit, turnover, net worth, immediate preceding financial year. So for financial year 2021, immediate preceding financial year is financial year ended on 31st March 2020. The board of every company referred to in subsection 1 shall ensure the company spending. It's talking about spending in every financial year at least 2% of the average net profit of the company during the immediately financial year. So this subsection 5 is stating that if your company is falling in subsection 1, then you have to spend for the CSR expenditure, that is 2% of average net profit of previous immediate preceding financial year. If I will look at 135.1, because for spending under 135 subsection 5, I have to check 135 subsection 1. If on 31st March 2020, my turnover is below 1000 crore, my net worth is below 500 crore, and my net profit is below 5 crore, so I'm not falling under section 135 subsection 1. If I'm not falling in section 135 subsection 1, then definitely section 135 subsection 5 is not applicable on me, and it is not required for such company to spend for the CSR expenditure in 2020-21 or onwards unless they fall in subsection 135 subsection 1. So this is answer of my first question, whether company need to spend in 2020-21. According to the example, as on 31st March 2020, all the limits, company was not falling under any limits. So 2020-21, company is not required to spend any amount on the CSR. Question 2, whether company is required to continue with the CSR committee and compliances. For that purpose, we have to check rule 3, sub rule 2. Every company which ceases to be a company covered under 135 subsection 1 for 3 consecutive financial year shall not require to. So according to this language, sub rule 3, sub rule 2, if a company ceases to fall under 135 subsection 1 for continued 3 financial year, then it is not required to do these things. Constitution of the CSR committee, comply with the provisions of subsection 2 to 6 of that section. So according to this, we can say that number 1, To check the compliance of the CSR committee, to check the compliance of the applicability of the CSR policy, we have to see whether our company was falling under limit of 135 subsection 1 in previous 3 financial year. But to check the spending, whether company have to spend or not, we have to check the limit for immediate preceding financial year. So in our example, as on 31st March 2020, company was not crossing any limit. So for the financial year 2021, it is not required to spend for the CSR, but CSR was applicable on the company because of 31st March 2019. For that purpose, continue till 3 years, company have to continue with the CSR committee and continue with the CSR policy. So this question is discussed by us to many professionals throughout the country through our WhatsApp group, Gyan Group. Everyone is confused about spending and other compliances. So today we have tried to clear those provisions through this video. If still you have any query, please raise such query in the comment box and the query to us through our WhatsApp number 8130